Woo! Hey! I'm re-recording this intro. It got messed up. So, hey everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a vinyl update, where I show you the records, the latest additions to my record collection over yeah! Which you've seen in many videos before, linked to my full vinyl video series down there in the description. Now, before we get into the records, this first record I'm going to be showing you, just to give a bit of a preface, is from the good people over at Vinyl Me Please. They sponsor this vinyl update series. They are a Record of the Month club, and if you sign up, if you join up with them, they will send you an exclusive pressing of a great record to your door through the mail, like I said, on a monthly basis. More information down there in the description box. They passed me this fresh, reissued copy of Black Sabbath's Paranoid. Anthony, how do I get into metal music? How do I get into metal music, Anthony? How do I get into metal music? Listen to this. Listen to some of this. This is some good metal music for you to get into if you're a metal newbie. I actually have a copy of this already, but it's kind of like an old beat-up copy. They kept the nice gatefold on the record. And here's the coolest, nicest, sexiest part of this exclusive pressing over here. Ooh, it's a nice, deep, splattery purple. Wow, that's a nice color. That's a beautiful color. That's a beautiful color right there. And it sounds great too. So there you go. Because I gave it a spin. And it sounds real nice. So there you go. Thank you to the good people over at Vinyl Me Please for passing this along. All right, cool. Again, info about them down in the description. All right, next thing in this vinyl update, it's not vinyl, it's a tape. I bought this copy of the new Segall cassette for his latest project, Emotional Mugger. If you're into psych rock, if you're into punk rock, if you're into garage rock, do give this thing a listen. I love the record. It's super punky, it's super noisy, it's very lo-fi. It's got kind of a, just like a plain white tape. I like how kind of grimy the packaging sort of looks and how DIY the packaging sort of looks. It's kind of like this dirty, Xeroxed sort of look to the album art. It looks like a bunch of, like clippings from magazines were sort of glued together and then thrown into a black and white copier. It looks so cheap and so crappy, but so cool. I love this record. You guys can see if you dig back into my videos that I did a review of this project recently. I thought it was really great. I saw this thing was like on the Drag City site for $8, super cheap. I like the album. I want to support the record, the label, Segall. And also, just the sound of the project, it just sounded like it would sound so good on tape to me. I mean, it sounded like it was recorded on an old, beat-up, just dusty tape cassette. So, I mean, what better format to listen to it on? And when I gave it a listen, it was super bassy, super thick. Everything was bleeding into each other. It was real heavy. It was real, just dense. So I would say I made the right choice. This thing sounded great on cassette. Just good quality cassette over here. And yeah, I really enjoy it. So there you go, right there. We'll throw that right here for now. All right. This next thing is an interesting little box set, an interesting little project. Music from Johnny Jewel here. The people over at Italians Do It Better sent this my way. This is basically the soundtrack, or, I guess music from the soundtrack, the new movie Lost River, or, the movie Lost River, a film by Ryan Gosling. Now, this is a little box set of music from the movie. And there is a CD, so if you open up the box set, there is a CD over here. So there is that. But what sort of makes this thing interesting, I mean, it's a gorgeous little box set. Open it up, you get this beautiful sort of, still, very wonderful purple kind of image over here. You get a bit of a little booklet over here with, looks like shots from the film. That's really nice. Any fan of this movie should enjoy the fuck out of this. But what's cool about the movie soundtrack here is that the songs all come on individual flexi discs. which is so cool. Oh my gosh. Really cool, guys. Really cool. I mean, flexi discs, the sound's not going to be the best, you know? I mean, they're never the best on flexi discs, but it's a cool concept. And, you know, and for those who, you know, aren't in love with the sound quality of flexi discs, the CD is here, you know? So if you just want to listen to it at CD quality, you got the CD. But these cool little collectors flexi discs, you know, this flexi disc series is really cool. This is a cool idea. This is a cool concept. So, you know, shout out to Johnny Jewel. Shout out to Italians Do It Better. Very cool stuff over here. All right. For anybody who's a fan of that film. And, you know, and Johnny Jewel. So there you go. All right. So let's go on to something that I think some of you are going to be familiar with. Saw this in my local record shop. Shout out to Red Scroll. This was sitting up there, a used German pressing. Although it says in the corner over here, there's a sticker that says made in the United Kingdom, but I'm guessing it was sold in Germany. It's a fresh, well, not a fresh, but it's a very clean, pristinely kept copy of Swans' Filth. Gave this thing a spin, sounded fantastic. Super heavy, super loud, everything I would ever want out of a vinyl copy of this thing. It's great, and I love the... Let me make sure this is, yeah. I love the labeling over here. There's a set of teeth in the middle of the label over here, which is really cool, really funny. Again, really heavy record if you're into noise rock, if you're into no wave, if you're into just incredibly pummeling, relentless, abrasive music, then look this record up. If you can find a copy. I mean, if not, you know, get a digital copy. But yeah, great project over there. Swans, adding to my Swans collection over here. Got a little jazz on deck next. Little jazz on deck. We have Sun Ra, Strange Celestial Road. If you're looking to get into a little jazz, I recommend giving this a shot. Very funky record. Very funky, nice jazz fusion sort of style on this thing. For the most part, not the oddest thing I've heard from Sun Ra, but some of the solos are pretty freakish and pretty noisy. You know, you have to expect at least something sort of weird, some kind of left hook, some kind of weird experimental thing going on a Sun Ra record. I mean, he is very much a jazz oddball, which is fine. I mean, it's what makes him and his music so interesting, so intriguing, so fantastic. If you're looking to... actually, you know, I guess I could say that if you're looking to get into Sun Ra, this is probably a record that, you know, isn't going to be too hard or difficult to make sense of or make heads or tails of. Like I said, very funky, very sweet, harmonious, enjoyable record. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say about it. You know, really enjoyed the first half of it that I was spinning. All right, this one, I spun some tracks off of this, though I'm very, you know, very familiar with this record at this point. I've given this a review. You guys can look that up. My buddy Austin hooked me up with this for Christmas, this past Christmas, a copy of Scott Walker's Bish Bosch. An album that is just as freakish as, as it was the day I reviewed it. This album's filthy lyrics, frightening instrumentation, and fart jokes still bewilder me to this day. Yeah, this thing is a hell of a ride. It's a nightmare on record. It's easily one of the oddest things I own. One of the oddest things I've ever heard still to this day, even with all of the just the mess, the sea of pretentious, indulgent, experimental, avant-garde music out there. I feel like Scott Walker just in this one fell swoop just like surpassed so many of those very, very indulgent records with this project by going completely out past the fringes, total fucking freak show on this thing. Yeah, and the packaging itself inside is pretty straightforward. We have black records, black sleeves, black labeling, black album cover, and we actually have a cool little booklet that comes along with the project that has a lot of the very strange lyrics of this thing written out, which is totally fine. The lyrics are that weird that I would want to read into them, possibly along with the playing of the record. So, you know, it's a nice little addition to the package. I have a picture of Scott killing it right there. And yeah, that's about it for this one. This record over here, this oddball. So yeah, really cool. I was telling Austin that, you know, now that I have this, all I need is a vinyl copy of Lulu, you know, and then I will have two of the weirdest records I've heard in the past 5 years. So there you go. And two of the most polarizing records I've heard in the past 5 years. Here's a record that's not so polarizing, a good rock record. Gave it a positive review when it came out a little while ago. Really psychedelic, really punk, really in your face, lots of guts. These guys came out with a record last year, thought it was decent, preferred this one a little bit more. I'm talking about Dope Body's Lifer. Dope Body, Lifer. Lifer, Lifer. It's backwards on the back. Nothing crazy to report with the packaging over here. White sleeve, black record, sort of weird, kind of cluttered layering over here. Very simple text on the titles and everything. But the record itself sounds great. The bass boosts really nicely in this chaotic mix, which I thought digitally was a little brittle, but it sounds more balanced on the record, I would say. And yeah, I mean, it's just a great sounding Psyche Punk LP. So give this thing a listen if you're looking for something that's got a lot of bleed, got a lot of guts, got a lot of energy to it, and has a very live, in-the-moment feel. Cool. All right. This next one's a bit of a throwback, a metal record that I loved back in high school. Still think it's great today, although I did give up my CD copy of this thing a long time ago. I do regret it, and now that I guess I have this, I'm just kind of happy to see it reincarnated, I guess, onto a double LP. I'm talking about Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power. Dun, 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 dun. Do I look like this guy over here? I'm getting punched. So yeah, it is a very thick, incredibly heavy, super freaking heavy double LP set. And let me see how, yeah, I mean, wow, this is a thick record. This is a thick, nice thick record. This feels like 180. This feels like a 180 gram thing. At least like 160. This is a nice thick record for this. And the packaging reads a lot like the packaging that I remember when I had the CD of this thing. I vividly remember this image on here, and I vividly remember these pictures of the band in my CD copy. So this is like a bit of a nostalgic thing for me. This looks like kind of an inverted version of what the other sleeve is. I mean, it's exactly that. It looks like just an inversion of the black and white photos that are on the other sleeve. This other record seems incredibly thick too. So yeah, this is a very heavy package. You can see from just how fat and thick the double LP sort of binder is over here, how heavy this thing is. It's a very heavy double LP. So can't express how excited I am to have that album back in my life. So, all right, a couple more over here. I needed more Nick Cave in my life, so I got this copy of Murder Ballads, saw it for a good price. I don't really have much of any Nick Cave vinyl. You know, I have a bunch of Nick Cave CDs, but I don't really have any Nick Cave vinyl, and this is one of his Bad Seeds albums that I've heard lots of songs off of, including Henry Lee and Stagger Lee, and I just haven't owned it on vinyl, you know, so I just figured, why not? You know, let's just get this. Double LPs, white sleeves, not a gatefold, but, you know, a good record to have if you're into some freakishly dark singer-songwriters. And finally, my favorite metal album of 2015. Such a clean, pristine look on this cover over here. I'm talking about the new Ghost album. Meliora. I actually cannot show you oh no, it is in here. Okay. I thought the record was still on the turntable because I was listening to this record last night. But it is a really nice package over here. Beautiful photo of the band over here. Very nice photo of the band. Just a simple black record, not too heavy or anything like that. A little thinner than I thought the pressing would be, but it sounded fine. It sounded very pristine. It sounded very clean and pretty on the record player. And the sort of the coup de grace of this vinyl package is this really wonderful, huge booklet that comes with the record, and it's like really intricate, like record-sized pages of art that sort of accompany every single song on the project. So really nice addition to the project, and these are wonderful, wonderful illustrations. I loved seeing them online as the band was kind of releasing the singles and they were pairing the songs with these bits of art. Here's a wonderful picture of the band, another big picture. I loved seeing these images online, and they're just even more impressive sort of on this paper. So really cool, really cool. And here's some of the liner notes sort of thrown in there. So wonderful package from Ghost. Shout out to Ghost for this vinyl package they pulled together on this record, because this is really nice. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for this vinyl update. Thank you for watching. These are the records that are making it into the collection now. Let me know if you've picked up any records as of late, any records, any vinyl that you're anticipating, and that's about it. Ghost! Forever. I mean, Tran. Position. Vinyl, records, bitch! Yeah, forever!